Have you ever wanted to go to Japan but didn't feel like paying for it? Well, I've got some tips and tricks that you yourself can try out to maybe accomplish your goals. I went to Japan for free last October and it was awesome. I went with a group of people from the Japan Society of New Orleans through this public-private cooperation called the Tomodachi Exchange Program. And it was a business and cultural exchange, um, partially funded by large corporations and the American and Japanese governments and Japan Societies of America, the National Japan American Societies. And guess what? All I had to do was pay for my plane ticket to LA and I got to do whatever in Japan, which is like totally way cooler than not doing stuff in Japan, if you know what I'm saying. Well, so how did I get this opportunity? How can you get this opportunity? Step 1, be interested in Japan. Step 2, join a Japan American Society. These people are a wealth of knowledge of ways for you to get to Japan by either working there or doing some kind of volunteer work or whatever. They're just full of knowledge and resources about how you can be an expat in Japan and probably not have to pay a lot of money. This requires you to be in the vicinity of a very large city because most small towns are not going to have much of a Japan society because it's just kind of a fringe interest, honestly, to be honest. Hate to say that about Japanese culture, but unless you're in someplace like New York or LA, you're going to be strapped, hard pressed to find a big group of people that are down to hang out and talk about Japanese stuff. So once you've got into the Japan Society, go check to see if they have any upcoming events or trips planned to Japan. And apply to be one of the participants. Ta-da! You may be going to Japan because of this. Personally, one of the people involved in my trip was an alumni advisor at my local municipal university that I attended. She was kind enough to send me a link to a scholarship for a master's program in Japan. I haven't applied to it, but that seems like a really good way to go to Japan for free. Go with school. Get a scholarship, go with school. That'd be awesome. The Tomodachi Exchange Program, if you can maneuver your life to facilitate you doing that, I highly recommend it. Another note on that, and I'll tell you a little about it. Me and 7 other youth leaders in business and education and art were chosen to go to Matsue City, Japan, which is my hometown, New Orleans' sister city. And it's a town of about 250,000. We got to spend 10 days there, exploring, seeing the sights, getting cultural lessons, meeting with dignitaries. We met the mayor. We met this grandson of one of the most famous expat Americans in Japan ever, Lafcadio Hearn, who is a genius. I would rank him up there with like Charles Dickens or something. He didn't write fiction so much, but he was a wonderful author, to say the least. We were accompanied by high-level city hall members of Matsue. Throughout our trip, we got to visit Matsue Castle, which is one of the few remaining ancient castles in Japan, and it's a World Heritage Site. Very beautiful. And we got to hang out with other Japanese Tomodachis who are all brilliant and exceptional people. My experience, I mean, I can't say enough about it. It was just mind-blowing, and it's continuing to change my life to this day. I still keep in touch with the family I stayed with. I stayed in a homestay with the wonderful Hino family, and the 3 kids and parents and I, got to connect and bond over a lot of Japanese comedy that I'm a big fan of, and food, and the wonderful cooking of Atsuko. It was, I don't know, I got to take Japanese baths, Wow, yeah, so I guess what I'm trying to say is I got to go to Japan for almost completely free, and there are opportunities out there for anyone interested in Japan to do the same thing. So I would like to encourage you all to get out there and start searching. Japan needs us, and we need them, and with the Trans-Pacific Partnership, we're going to be in need of a lot more intelligent, conscious people for our economic prosperity to reach its full potential. So, thank you so much, and have a nice day.